Biggin?
Yeah.
Biggin. Here we go. Swinging. Reel up too much line. Pretty good one. There you go. Welcome back to Your Lake Fort Guide, folks at home. My man Justin Jones, JJ, Juicy J.
Yeah.
He's here. He's not quite awake yet. It's a little early, as you can tell by the lighting. We're at Lake Athens today. We're going to be catching some offshore structure fish. Right now, we're starting on the old bridge that you guys have seen, I'm sure, on a million videos over the years. But it should be more catching than fishing today, so y'all stay tuned. Come on. Here we go. Good solid one anyway. Woo! Angry little fella. Number 2 right there. All right. There you go, folks. There's number 2. Like I said, it's going to be more catching than fishing. If you can't tell, that was both of our first casts right there. So we're hey, listen, Justin, you can't catch them on every cast unless you catch them on the first cast. Right now, we're both still in the game. That's pretty good in and of itself. We'll let that one go. We both got to get new plastics and catch more fish. Got him one. Got him one.
Got him one.
Lost him one. Don't be losing these fish, man. Sometimes that'll make them quit biting. Don't do that. Got a fish being caught. Got you another one, Juicy J. Juicy J.
I mean, I ain't mad at 3 casts and 3 fish.
My man's 3 for 3. Atta boy. Hey, guess what? Come on. This ain't no fun at all, is it? No kind of fun way to start the morning right here. Oh!
Okay.
I pulled a Justin Jones. I lost him. Wrecked him. You darn near killed him. Yeah, they've kind of shifted back over to the left a little bit now. They're kind of just spread out all in here now. Here we go. Oh, I didn't get a very good hook set in him. Not a bad one. Solid fish. Come here, buddy. Oh, there you go, folks. Little skinny one. We'll take him though. Look what he spit up. Look at this. Ew, that's icky. They like lizards too, apparently. This is what Lake Athens is. These fish we're catching, then if you do it right, here we go. Oh, he missed. Here we go. That one had a little meat to it. Is that a better fish, Justin? I couldn't tell. A little longer one anyway. Well, there's just skinny post spawners. That's a pretty long fish. He's just skinny as he can be. Just skinny as he can be. Longer one, still skinny. Boy, these fish are really skinny out here on Athens so far. Really post spawny. I mean, that fish is just thin as a rail, but they biting, and that's all that really matters. Here we go. Not a very big one, a little one. They are on that bubble fry. If we're in France, you know what they would call this? The frise de boublé. Just another little chunk. We catching them up though. Hey boy, JJ. Slim Shady. Yeah, they're all real skinny. Watch that hook when he shakes. You got it in that bottom lip. Joker down there swimming upside down with it.
We'll take them.
Had a kid. Oh golly, come here fish, come here, you little stinker, you. It's like he ran at me when I saw him going, man, I couldn't catch up to him. Another bottom lipper. What's up with that, JJ? All these old bottom lippers. It's like a bass. A little bit smaller though. Here we go. Got that one. Got that one to eat it. Come here, baby. Come here, baby. You'll be all right. It's not a half bad one there. Decent little old fish, I guess. They're all pretty close to the same, but gotta give them an ear scratch. They come back and see you when they get a little bit bigger when you do that right there. Look at that, it's got pretty colors to it. Look at that. Got some tattoos on it. Princess Lane, are you jealous of his tattoos? Oh yeah? You gonna get you a tattoo just like that?
Yep.
There you go. Here we go. Catch up to him, can't catch up to him. There we go. Oh, he came off. I suck again. Let me see if I can do this. Got him. Get away from that motor. Looks like he tried to run right into the motor, didn't he? Oh, schooling bass. Go easy on me with them treble hooks now, fish. All right, we gotta get this one back quick because they're still schooling back here. As you see me from week to week, a lot of times I'm on Lake Fork, a lot of times on these filming videos, I'm on other lakes. And hey, anytime I'm on a lake that's featured on our Fish Life app, list of premium packages, I always make sure that I utilize that equipment. Let me show you how it works. All we're gonna do is go to the Fish Life app right here, open that up, and you can see I'm already on Lake Athens right there, but you can scroll, we've got all kinds of lakes on here. We'll go up here to Lake Athens, and I'll show you guys what I did this morning. We're right here by the boat ramp, and the first waypoint is right here. There's the boat ramp where we launched. First waypoint is right here. You can see it zeroing in on my location right there. As that blue dot moves around, it's pinging my location, getting tighter and tighter. And you can see we're sitting right on this waypoint right here. Post-spawn fish will school and can be caught on both bridge corners, smaller flutter spoons, flukes, and shaky heads. Hey, the first thing we started off throwing was a shaky head with Justin. Then we made an adjustment, picked up a Carolina rig, caught a lot of fish on that. Also throwing a swing head, catching fish on that. A biffle head, I guess. Some people call it swing head, some people call it biffle head. But basically still the same type of baits. But it put us right here on the location. And as you've seen this morning, this has been the first hour of fishing. And we've kind of landed on them. Like we kind of landed on a school, like a good school of fish. And I'm no better than everybody else. I mean, yeah, I get fortunate I get to fish a lot. But that doesn't make me a better angler than everybody else. But that Fish Life app can make anybody a better angler. Because no matter where you go, if that lake's featured on our app, you can go there and know that you have exact, precise, current information at all times, unlike has ever been offered anywhere in the world of bass fishing. So if you're going to be fishing any lakes on that list, it might behoove you to subscribe to the Fish Life app. There we go. There we go. Hold on, don't say that right now. It's a bass fish. Oh! Dropped it. No, he didn't. It's not very big. Come back in here. Come back, Shane. All right, folks, that's just a little tiny, little bitty. Look at all these black spots. He got black spots all over him. Check that out, man. That's pretty cool. But another, this is an even smaller one here, but we did find another school of fish finally. It's actually gone into a very slow situation for us. You guys saw us catching them really good on that bridge area this morning, man. They were schooled up. We were kind of catching them almost every cast there for a while, and really that whole first hour was really good. All those fish you saw us catch around the bridge came within the first hour. Now we've gone on about another hour. Oh no, I'm sorry, two and a half hours actually since we've caught another fish. You saw Justin lose one on the next spot we pulled up to after the bridge offshore. Been graphing around a lot, doing a lot of graphing, not finding a lot of fish offshore. Finally found a small group of fish offshore out here and got one to bite, and hopefully we'll be able to catch 2 or 3. This isn't a huge school of fish. It's one of those 6 to 8 fish schools. Hopefully we can get more than just one. A lot of times you will only catch one out of those smaller schools. It'll kind of pull them to the boat, break them up, and sometimes it takes a while for it to kick back in. We're also dealing with a lot of wind. The wind is kicked up right now like crazy, which isn't necessarily bad for the offshore bite. It just makes, like, they need to bite really good, because a lot of times you won't feel bites when you got that much line out and you're fishing that deep. So facing some challenges. Lake Athens is throwing us some curveballs, but I will tell you guys this, just like on the first spot, on the Fish Life app, this is how I found this school of fish. I went around, graphed around on my own without looking at the app. The first spot that I went and graphed that was on the Fish Life app, hey, it had fish on it, threw in there and caught one. So that Fish Life app, man, it's for real. Whether you're going to Lake Athens, Palestine Fork, Ray Roberts, Hubbard, Levon, Sam Rayburn, Toledo Bend, any of the lakes that's on our list, there's a lot more. Texoma's on there. Any of those lakes that's on our list of premium packages, if you go there, it's going to give you the same kind of results. You can literally go there and know without a doubt that you're going to be around fish. Here we go. That might be a good one, babe. No, same old. Just had a lot of line out. But I think we got a school of fish out here, Justin. I'm seeing them on the 360. Looks like we got a pretty good little group of them out here. Oh. Not a bad fish. By today's standards, not a bad one. There you go, folks at home. Found us another group of fish offshore. We've actually come down here and graphed a little bit deeper spot. Ran around a couple more spots. We actually stopped on one spot that we found on that was on the app and had some fish on it, but couldn't get them to fire. And pulled over here to this next spot, a little bit deeper hole. So the deepest spot we fished by far today. And Justin threw out there and swung and missed one on the first cast. And I switched over to the old Magnum crawler, the big shaky head worm. And you guys just saw that fish I caught, I think, looking at 360 up here. You guys can come up here, we'll give you a shot of the 360. Y'all can see all that debris and rubble. That's actually an old sunken boat right there that I'm only getting partial image on right now. But y'all can see the school of fish, those white specks right there is a school of fish. There's some tires out here, just a ton of stuff out there to throw at. And that school of fish is sitting grouped up pretty good. So hopefully we'll make this cast right here, catch us another one. Well, as you folks can see behind us here, this has begun on Lake Athens. That means it's about 11 o'clock. So that means it's time for two fat boys to go get some food, quit trying to catch these fish. Because if you know Lake Athens, these folks take this pretty serious. In fact, this entire lake's open behind us, but this one guy has literally been doing circles around us for about 15 minutes after I caught that fish. So I'm gonna take that as my cue.
Yeah.
And my hunger, because I'm fat.
Time to run for the border.
I think it's time to go to that restaurant up there and see what that's all about. Forget about this bass fishing deal for the day. Dude, Justin, thank you so much as always, man, for joining me. I know you've done it a few times on camera and done it a lot of times off camera as well, dude. Appreciate it. Had a blast with you. Rolled up on them this morning and just pulled up and caught them up pretty quick, didn't we?
Absolutely.
What'd you think of that?
Them out. I mean, the first 7 casts, we had 7 fish.
I know. It was
6.5. I lost one.
Yeah, we definitely lost about as many as we caught it there, it seemed like overall, or at least that's how it felt. Caught a bunch this morning. Thanks to the Fish Life app, putting us on that spot right off the bat. Day couldn't have started any better. After that, it was really a grind, guys. We had to run around, graph a lot of structure. A lot of structure didn't have fish on it. The ones that didn't have a lot of fish on it, catch 1 or 2 here or there on those other spots, and sometimes none. Right. So it was really a grind after that from, 7 o'clock until 11 o'clock. These 4 hours have been really tough on us. That being said, Lake Athens is full of grass down the main lake banks, down the main lake points. We never touched any of that. We never went up there. I told Justin on the way here this morning, I go, you can always go to Lake Athens and throw a wacky worm or something and get bit. Like you can just fish that edge of that grass with a swim bait, a light Texas rig, a wacky worm, those kind of things. Lake Athens, you can catch fish every day doing that. I mean, there's deep grass lines in 8, 10, 12 foot of water out here. There's always gonna be fish holding on that. Man, I really didn't want to do that. I wanted to come out here. I wanted to graph offshore structure. I wanted to try to catch numbers of fish, and I wanted to try to catch bigger fish. The bigger fish still just didn't pan out. And I really honestly don't have a good answer why we're fishing at this point where you just saw me catch that one, guys. We're fishing, as you can see, way off the bank out in the middle of the pond, and did fish offshore type of structure throughout the day and just never connected with those bigger bites like we know this lake has. You guys have seen some on the channel, especially between me and Zach. We've caught some absolute tanks on this lake in years past, but today didn't work out. Tomorrow we might come out here, run the same water. You might catch 30 pounds on your best 5. You might have a 10-pounder at some point. I mean, there's those kind of fish in this lake. So, yeah.
Do it.
See, that's the problem. I'm fat and I like to eat, but I also apparently like to talk, and I just keep rambling. That being said, you guys go subscribe to the Fish Life app. We appreciate you watching. As always, we'll see you next time right here on your Lake Fork Guide.